Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Basico ServiceNow Learning. So in training session 4 video, we are going to see that how we can create a workflow in ServiceNow Catalog item. So as we are done with update set, catalog item form creation, catalog UI policies, catalog client script include and glide ajax. Now we have a turn to create a workflow design for our requirement. So the requirement is, see here, we have a requirement document which I have already shared on my website, right? So I will also share the link below. So if you need this document, you can get this document from there. Along with this, I have already shared the catalog client script code and script include and glide ajax code there. So if you need this document and the code which we have done for other sessions, for session 1, session 2 and session 3, you can get all those data from our website. So here we are done with this form creation, right? We are done with other stuffs as well. Now we have SLAs, we have this approval, and then we have fulfillment task. So for this session, what we are going to do here is, for workflow, we are using this approval and fulfillment task. So here we have some details for the fulfillment task is the name of the fulfillment task, the short descriptions which we are going to use for fulfillment task. Here we have a description part and the fulfillment group, which will be fulfilling the requirement which is requested by the user. Even though we also have a approval which is of manager. For example, if certification reimbursement request is requested by XYZ user, then after submitting the form, that particular request will go to manager for the approval, that whether the reimbursement will be done or not. So it means we have to create a process. So how we can automate the process in ServiceNow? We can automate the process through workflow in ServiceNow. So in ServiceNow, workflow consists of sequence of activities which is used to automate multiple step process across the platform. So basically workflow is a soul of process. So in ServiceNow, when we have to automate the process, we have to create a workflow. Either we are working on any of the application like incident, or we are working for change, problem, any application in ServiceNow. If we have to automate, we have to create a workflow for the same. So here we are talking about catalog item. We have to create a process for a service request. Then we have to create a workflow for the same. So let's see what we are going to implement in terms of process. So here we have a flow design where we have some blocks. See, when user fill the catalog item form and submit it for fulfillment, then it will go for manager approval. Okay, if manager approves, then it will go for a fulfillment group for fulfillment. So fulfillment group can complete the request, or fulfillment group can cancel the request. In other side, if manager rejects the request, then it directly cancel the service request. So this is the process which we are going to implement in ServiceNow workflow, or we are going to automate. So first I will give you a demonstration of an existing implemented catalog item so that we can relate the things while creating the workflow. Okay, then we will start creating or designing a workflow for a requirement, right? So here in the another browser, we have already created catalog item for demonstration, so that we can have a better idea while creating a workflow that what exactly we are doing and what we are going to automate. So let's request it for someone. I am saying able tutor. Then I'm saying is certification list, yes. So this is the same form which we have created, right? Catalog request. Then I'm saying certification attach, yes. Additional comment test. I have to attach some form in it. So the form is loading. Okay, so form is filled by the requester. Attachment is done. So from here, from the order now, requester can request. So after clicking order now, the form will get submitted and it will go to a manager for approval. See here, as we have mentioned, then when user fill the catalog item form and submit for fulfillment, then it will go for manager for approval. So after submitting the form, see we have a stage. The stage we have request approved, then we have waiting for approval, that is for manager, then fulfillment, and then completed. So when we click on this description part, it will open a RTM for us, that is request item form. which is created after submitting the catalog item. See, here we have this catalog item form. Here we have all the details which we have filled. See, now here we have stage as waiting for approval, and then we have state as open. Okay, so while creating a workflow, we have to take care that the stage should be waiting for approval and state should be open. State says that still people have to work on request item, that's why the state is open, and waiting for approval stage, it means it is waiting for approval. So once the requester approves, as mentioned in the documents, when the manager approves, then it will go for a fulfillment group, right? See, once it is approved, then it went for a fulfillment group. Cert reimbursement request, as we have in the requirement. So this is the group which I have created. If you need the same group, you have to create a new group in your instance with the same name, or you can use any other fulfillment group for creating a workflow. Okay, so here we have this. Now I am opening this fulfillment group in another tab. So if see here, if I talk about RATM, after it approved by the manager, the stage changed to fulfillment, but the state is still open. So now fulfillment group can close complete a request, or he can close incomplete or close skip. And this work in progress, open and pending are basically stages which can be used by fulfillment group while working on a particular task. So here are the other details such as short description and the descriptions. See here, which we have mentioned over here. Right now, let's complete it. And I can say close task. So when the task is closed, then the request get completed, or if the task was incomplete or skipped, then request will get closed, cancelled. Okay, so here we have completed it. So after completing it, the stage changes to completed and state changes to close complete. So here see, stage are changing and state are changing when we are moving forward, and the process you are seeing that when we are submitting, when we are closing, then the things are moving forward. It means process is automated, right? So same things we are going to achieve through workflow, which we are going to create today. Okay, so for that, what you have to do is, for creating a new workflow, you have to go to a ServiceNow instance. Here you have to write workflow editor. So friends, workflow editor is basically used to create a new workflow. So when you click on a workflow, so you have this type of window where you have a new workflow button, where you have workflow tab, then you have a code. See, code is not showing any value in it. Once we open a workflow, create a workflow, then we have a core activities over there. So I will give you idea of that also. So to create a new workflow, what you have to do, you have to click on a new workflow button, and if you want to open an existing workflow, you have to search that workflow from here, and you can open that workflow from here as well. So for creating it, click on new workflow. So once you click on new workflow, so you have a specific form which is loading here. So here we have a form where we have to give some things. So here we have to give a workflow name. So I am saying SR, then certification reimbursement request workflow. Okay, now I am selecting a table. So the table name should be sc_req_item. So whatever workflow we are going to create for a catalog item, we have to give this table name. Okay, so here we have a table name. Now you can give any description. Workflow for certification, spelling is wrong, certification reimbursement. Okay, so here we are done with the name, table and description. We have stage, rendering as workflow driven, and stage order is computed. There is no need to change all this stuff. Now click on submit. So once you click on submit, see, we have two activities, that is begin and end. It means when users submit the form or submit the request, then what will happen, we have to create all those activities over here. these two activities are connected with a wire. So when we click on this particular wire, see, it turns blue. And if we want to delete it, what we have to do, we have to click into this wire and then we have to press delete button. This particular wire will get deleted. See here, like this. And again, if we want to join, what we have to do, see here on the yellow mark, we have to click and drag and drop the wire to a different activity. Now we have a workflow name. Here it is written checked out by me. So once you are done with the workflow, then there is a requirement to publish the workflow. Then it will be available for all other users as well. So now we have to use the activities which is mentioned in the core. See, now the core activities are also populated, which have lots of activities like approval activities, conditional activities. Then we have utilities which we are going to use in this workflow. So as per as the requirement, what will happen? When catalog item form will submit, it will go for a manager approval. So as I have displayed in this demo service catalog item, once the request submitted, then we have a stage as well, right? And the request state will be open. Now it is displayed as close complete because we have completed the same. Right now what we have to do, we have to set the value, we have to set the state as open. So here in utilities we have activity that is set value. You have to click on the core activity and drag and drop. So in this way, when you drag and drop, the form will get open. Now you have to set the values. Let's say I am saying set values to open. Okay, and here we have to select state as open and submit it. Now see, we have to connect this activity. So first delete this one and now connect this like. Okay, so when user submit the form, then the request item state will change to open. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to go for an approval that is of manager. So here we have lots of approval activities, let approval group. In case if there is a group approval, we can select group approval activity. Here we have approval user and other activities as well. So as we are looking for a manager approval, we have to use approval user. Means we need approval from an individual user. Here now we have this form where we have to give some values. So now give the name, that is manager approval. Now here we have to give a stage. So as I have said here that we have to give a stage, that is waiting for approval for a manager. So this Guillermo Frohilich is a manager of Able Tutor. In case if your employee doesn't have a manager name, then it will not display over here. So what you have to do, you have to go to a user administration, means user table. There you have to give a manager of a particular user which you are going to use for testing perspective. So here I am saying stage as, see, waiting. There are lots of stages, right? Here I am saying waiting for approval. Now we have a condition. In case if we want to give some condition, that manager will only get triggered when this condition will get met. Okay, here is a way from where you can add approval as well. Okay, here we have advanced checkbox. If you click on this advanced, you can populate the manager through script. So we are using this advanced. Okay, so this is a simpler way, and here we can populate dynamically manager because every time user will get changed, right? So here I am saying, so here you can see in the example that whatever value we have to give in the array, that is answer, and we have to push that particular code to a array. Okay, so how we can write a code, let's see. So here I am saying answer, the same is given above, array, then here this is not equal to, I pressed the wrong button. Now answer, I am creating a variable manager equals to current dot variables dot. So this current dot variables is basically used to get a value from a specific field. So this will be used in workflow when we are going to fetch any value of a catalog item form. Okay, so current dot variables dot. Now what we have to do, we have to fetch a value of a requested for user. Let me give you an idea of that. See, here we have a requested for. Okay, so we have to fetch this value, this Able Tutor, so that we can analyze. We need a manager of this Able Tutor, right? So here I am saying current dot variables dot you underscore requested for dot manager. Okay, so here we are done with the code to get a manager name, and that will store in this variable. Now what we are going to do here is that we are giving this value to a array answer dot push. Here we are going to see that is manager, right? So here we are done with the code. So whatever value will get to this variable will get to into this array, and that name will get populated in a form. Okay, so here we are done with the activity. Now click on submit. Now we have to add this wire. So I am saying after setting the state, it will go for a approval and will change the stage for waiting for approval and will populate a manager. So once it will go for a manager, then what will happen? If it's approved or it will get rejected. So if it approved, it will go for a fulfillment group. Okay, so once it is approved, so first we have to set the value for approved. So here I am saying for setting a value we have to use set values. So I am saying approved. Okay, and we have to change the approval stage. Approval is approved. Now say submit. So if it is approved, the set value is approved. Now after getting approved, it has to go for a fulfillment task. So here see, in a task activity we have catalog task activity, so we have to drag and drop this catalog task activity for fulfillment task. So here the name of this fulfillment task will be this, which I have mentioned the requirement. You can give any name as per as a requirement. Now here I have to change the stage. See here the stage, this now waiting for approval we have given in this approval activity. Now we have to give fulfillment in task activity. So here I am saying fulfillment. Just click on this magnifying glass, say fulfillment. Okay, table is sc underscore task because it is a catalog item task activity. Here we have to give form values. So here we have to give fulfillment group name. So as I have said, the requirement document that we have a fulfillment group as name as cert reimbursement support. So if you don't have this group, you can use any other group, or you can create a same group in your instance. Now assign to or short description. So short description is this one. So I'm giving a short description over here. Then description will be given in an instruction field. Okay, like here. If you want to give assign to, you can give. Okay, but we don't have a requirement. Or you can also write a script over here. A script, this section is mostly used in for task items like populating short descriptions dynamically, populating some other things like assignment groups dynamically. Okay, so we will be covering all these activities in our upcoming videos. So if you are new to my videos, please do subscribe my channel so that you can get a notifications of upcoming videos as well. So we are done with this data which we have given in the fulfillment task requirement, right? So now click on submit. So once we click on submit, so after setting values, it will go to catalog task, join the wire, because this wire will tell that how the workflow or process will move. So see here we have always, but in the requirement we have two activities, that is request completed or request cancelled, right? But here we have always, so we need two activities from here. So how we can add that? Open this catalog task activity. See at the bottom you have an option in related links, that is condition. Click on this condition. You will find this always, where we have a flexibility to add more conditions. So what I am going to do here is that I will create two new conditions, that is request completed and request cancelled. So here click on new. I am saying the name is request completed. You can give any short description. Now here you have to give a condition. Condition means, so whatever the task condition is, accordingly the process or the activity will get moved. Okay, so here the condition will be like activity result. So this activity result is used for a condition, and the condition will be that when the task is close completed. So the value is 3 for request completed. Now you are thinking of like how I'm getting this 3. So for that, what you have to do is that you have to go to a catalog task table. There you have to go to a state field, and then you have to figure it out. Definitely you will figure it out that how I'm getting a 3, right? You go there, find it out. In case if you are not able to find, then let me know. I will give you a answer that how you can find it. This is basically an assignment for you. So when the task is close completed, then this particular thing will work, submitting it, right? So here we have a task. Let me give you a brief of that. See here, that's why I have given this demonstration first, so that I can give you understanding. See here in the state we have this activity dot result equals to 3, and this close incomplete and close skip is basically canceling the request. So the activity dot result equals to 4 and equals to 7. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to go to sc underscore task table state field and figure it out. Okay, so here we are done with one activity. Now go to a workflow. We have to create another activity, that is, we have to create another activity condition. Okay, so here I'm saying request incomplete. So here I have to give a condition, that is activity dot result equals to 4 for incomplete, and this is used for or activity dot result equals to 7. I am saying that if activity is incomplete or activity is skipped, then we have to go from this way, submit it. See, we have always, we don't need this always, so you have to click on this and you can delete it. Delete. And you can change the order of these activities. I want to display completed on the top and incomplete at the bottom. So we have done this activity. Cross. See here, it is not displaying, right? For that, what you have to do here is that you have to go to workflow, copy your workflow name, cross it, again open it. Okay, so once you click, see, it gets refreshed, and you have now two workflow conditions or activity condition, that is request completed and request incomplete. So here it is mentioned when request is completed, then request gets complete, and if it is rejected, request get cancelled. It means we need two more activities over here, right? Now I am going for a request completed first. So what you have to do, you have to do core, and you have to set the values. Set the values for what? That request close complete and stage completed, right? So now for that, what you have to do, go to set values, drag and drop, give name as request completed, stage is completed, right? And you have to set the value, that is state as close complete, right? Now submit. So we are done with the activity. So if the request completed, condition matches, then it will set these values. Now if request incomplete, then again we have to set values for request incomplete, which says that request cancelled or incomplete. You can give any name as per as the requirement. Now you have to select the stage. You can say request cancelled, right here, and you can say state as incomplete. Okay, and you can say submit. So we have another activity, that is request cancelled. So I am just dragging and drop. Okay, so once the request completed, then it will go for end, means now process is end, everything is over. See here, right? Everything is over. We are not going further now. Same as a request cancelled, that we are not going further now. Everything is over. Go to end. So we are done with the positive scenario, that if the manager approves, then it will set the value, it will go for a catalog task. If he says okay, everything is fine, they are fulfilling the request, it will be completed. If we say no, we are not fulfilling the request, it will cancel and the process ends. Now if manager rejects, then what will happen? Then it will cancel the request directly. So what we can do here is we can say like this. So if manager rejects, then directly the request gets cancelled, as we mentioned over here. Okay, so we have automated this particular flow design through a workflow. See, begin, set values, which is setting the state to open, and here now go for approval, where it is setting a stage to waiting for approval and going for approval. After the manager approves, it will setting a value as approved and going for a fulfillment task, where we have changed the stage to fulfillment. And then if the stage is completed, then we are going for completion. If it is incomplete, we are going for a cancellation, and here we are ending it. Okay, so whatever core activities we have to use in between begin and end, and through this wire we have to connect. So this wire is telling that where it is going. Okay, so we are done with the workflow now. So what we have to do, we have to copy the workflow from here like this. Now go to maintain item, because we have to use this workflow name, right? Otherwise how the catalog item will know that what workflow he need to execute? Then we have to go the catalog item which we have created. See, here we have item details, we have process engine. Now here we have to give the workflow name. Okay, so see, here I am giving a workflow name. See, getting populated. Now if you have a default execution plan over here, you can delete that default value from here. Now save the form. So now we are done with the form creation in session 1, session 2 and session 3. Now here we are done with the workflow, the soul of the catalog item, which will tell that how the request will get submitted and how it will get fulfilled or cancelled. Now let's test it. For testing, click on try it button. See, we have a form. Select requested for able tutor, but remember your requester should have a manager. Okay, and say I'm saying yes, certification, let's say ServiceNow CAT certified. For certification related videos, for information, I have already posted videos on my YouTube channel. You can go there. All the details you will find on my website. You can find all the details for CAT, CSA and ServiceNow implementation certifications as well. Okay, so here we can give any values, that is numerical values. I'm saying yes. Okay, now attach one file into it. So here the attachment loaded, click on cross. Now requester is submitting the form, click on order now. See, once we submit the request, now open the stage. See, same we have implemented, right? This go for approval, where the stage is waiting for approval. This request approved is showed as approved because RTM always comes under request. Okay, so one request can have multiple catalog items. So here we are starting with, so this is coming from begin then waiting for approval. So let's open it. So I believe you are getting an idea that why we have created the workflow, what all values are getting impacted. Say stage is waiting for approval, open. Let me give you idea over here. Say stage is waiting for approval and state is open. So we have given all those values. So we have given all those values from there. So here we are done with this. Now go to bottom. See, we have an approver, that is Guillermo Forlich for that particular user, able tutor. In case if you are using a XYZ user, then the manager of that user will be displayed over here, because we have given the advanced script. We have fetching that through code. Okay, so I am approving it. I am admin user, so I can approve on the behalf of any other user. Okay, now see catalog task. See here, that open this catalog task. See, once you approved, then stage is fulfillment. So where we have given this fulfillment, we have given this fulfillment stage over here in catalog task, and we have set the values as approved. Okay, so here all the details which we have in the requirement are getting displayed. See here, in another video we are going to create SLA, so I will tell you that how we can populate SLA for a catalog task. Okay, so here let's close the task, or cancel the task. So here I am just closing the task. Before saving, I will show you one thing from here. Let me show you. See, here in related link we have an option that is show workflow. So if you click on the show workflow, you will find that how the workflow is proceeding further. See, this arrow is telling you, see, currently we are on a catalog task, that's why it is green, because we are working on this. See here how beautiful it is, right? Like a flowing water in a river. I love to see river actually. Here and see here, now here. If the manager rejected, then what will happen? See, this will get blue and this will get untouched. Now here I am going and just closing the task. Once I close the task, see, request is completed, right? Stage is completed, state is close completed. As I have displayed in the workflow, stage is completed. I have set the values here, right? Now we are done with this. Request is close completed. If you want to show the workflow again, click here. In the RTM form we have a link. See, in this way workflow works. For another scenario it will work like this. If this catalog was fulfillment task was incomplete, then this will remain untouched. The workflow will flow like this. Okay, so in this way we can create a workflow for a catalog item or for any other application. Creation of workflow is like a easy task. If you are done with your workflow and you see that your workflow is working fine, what you have to do, as I have told earlier, that you have to publish the workflow. So go down and publish it. So once it is published, it will be available for all the users. They can also use your workflow. They can access the catalog item and the same process will be implemented there. In upcoming videos, I will be starting a session of workflows where I will be telling of each and every activity of workflow one by one, that how we can use all those activities and for what use we need what activity. Okay, so friends, this is all for this video. So if you feel that this video is helpful for you, then please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you friends. Have a nice day. Bye bye.